Hello everyone, happy Thursday. I love you and I'm sending you a very big virtual hug wherever you are on the earth plane in this now moment. So I want to talk about attachment and expectation. Yesterday I was exhausted to the point where I felt like a train had literally run over me. I could barely do anything. It was seriously very debilitating. And I was looking at, do I have an expectation to this or a judgment around this? And I didn't. I was just in it. I was feeling it. And I knew that there was nothing wrong with me. And I knew that it would pass. And it did towards the end of the afternoon. But what my guides were showing me and telling me was when humans have an expectation and attachment to something, there's a judgment to it. And then they're no longer in a flow state. And they begin to suffer and struggle and put effort into the now moment. And the now moments are not designed to have effort and push and struggle and suffer. So here's what's happening to the human. We were in a timeline that was going pretty slow, right? So imagine a river that's just kind of real slow and you're floating down it and you're just cruising real slow, right? And you have a lot of time to do things. You have a lot of time to clear trauma. You have a lot of time to look at your patterns. You have a lot of time to manifest and intend. There's a lot of time in that slower timeline. And then there's a higher timeline where the river's going much faster. And all of a sudden, the now moments are just clicking. And we're just in a now moment state. And everything is happening very fast. That's the timeline we are in. It's the timeline that humanity has clicked into. But because we live in time-space continuum, it's going to take some time for us to get used to that higher timeline. You're holding higher states of consciousness. You're holding higher states than you ever have before. And there is nothing wrong with what you are experiencing. There's nothing wrong with what is coming up in your now moment, whether it's irritability, exhaustion, depression, sadness, anger, rage, anxiety. There's nothing wrong with what's appearing, because everything that is in your now moment is an opportunity to anchor into that higher timeline. All of us came out of this 1221 portal anchored into that higher timeline. Now, if you had an expectation and an attachment to how you wanted 1221 to be, and you came out of it not in that expected state, you're going to suffer and struggle and have judgment, right? Something's wrong with me. I'm not feeling the way people said I should. I'm feeling worse. The reason that you are feeling that way, judging yourself, suffering and struggling, is because you had an expectation or an attachment to how it should be. When we start to move into this higher state, we don't have time. It won't even make sense to attach or to expect anything, because the present moment state is all there is. And it's the only thing that you can do, that's the only state that you can have to create. You can't create in a future. You can't expect something in a future because you have no idea. The only thing you have is the now to create from. And if you know that you're already in that higher state, no matter what is popping up, then you can release the expectation, attachment, or judgment to what is popping up. Because whatever's popping up, whether it's a relationship, a job, a experience that you're having, an emotion, a belief, a thought, a behavior, whatever's popping up in your now moment is an opportunity to anchor deeper into that higher timeline. Period. 1000%. It's an opportunity to anchor into that higher timeline that you've already stepped into. And the way you take that opportunity is you stop judging it. You stop asking why. Why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? There's something wrong with me. No, it is a consciousness. It's a consciousness. The relationship, the job, the emotion, the thought, the belief, the behavior, it's a consciousness. It's a consciousness that's saying, hey, look at me. Do you still want me in your life? If not, release me by letting go of attachment. Release me by letting go of judgment. Release me by just letting me be. When you attach, judge, criticize, connect to, and hold, it becomes your reality. What is popping up in your now moment? Right now. A thought, a belief, a behavior, an emotion, a relationship, a job. What's popping up right now? Because it is asking you, do you still want me? or do you want to release me? Do you still want me, or do you want to release me? And if you want to release me, you choose, you honor, you love, and you let it go. Stop judging, stop attaching, stop expecting. Because no matter what you think about yourself, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing, being, having, experiencing, nothing. Your body has anchored higher states of consciousness. There is no little hole in your body where the energy or the high frequency is leaking out. There's no such thing as, oh my God, did nothing happen to me? Am I now in these lower states again and I'm never going to get back up? Or I've done something wrong and I'm in these lower states of consciousness. I didn't receive the powerful portal of 1221. No, you did. We all did. It's a matter of recognizing and remembering and knowing that you did, regardless of what's popping up. And then whatever is popping up, you remember and know is an opportunity to choose to move into the higher states over and over and over again. It's always a choice. Your body's just showing you what's in there that needs to be released. And your body's giving you an opportunity. Your higher self is giving you a choice. There's no victimhood. It's a choice. That's it. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you if you came out of the 1221 portal and you were hit by a train and you slept for 7 hours during the day, right? Or you're feeling more irritable than you ever have, or you are more anxious than you've ever been, or etc., etc., etc. What a beautiful, powerful, magical gift that you get to see. That your body and your higher self is saying, do you still want this? Or do you want to release it and jump? Because you're already there. But it's this like, you're an elevator ride. And so as you're going up the elevator, all these things are going to be presented to you right now. Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want, nope, I don't want it anymore. Nope, I don't want it anymore. Choose. I don't want it anymore. So you're already here. But because of the time-space continuum, we have to slowly bring ourselves there. And then we have to remember what it feels like to be in those higher states over and over and over. And these higher states don't hold expectation, attachment, judgment, criticism, struggle, suffer. They're not up here. So we have to learn how to let it go. We have to recognize there's nothing wrong with us, no matter what we're feeling. There is nothing wrong with you, no matter what you're feeling. What's the pattern that you go to when you feel something you don't like? Can you let that pattern go? What's the tape that you tell yourself when you feel something you don't like? Can you let that go? Can you let it go? Because we don't have time anymore for expectation and attachment. All we have is the present moment so that you can create the reality you want, so that you can pull the entire human collective into that timeline. We have to pull them up the elevator ride. We're here. Now we're learning how to be here, which means we got to let go of all the things from down here that no longer serve us, which is what we're doing right now. Nothing wrong with that. What a gift to be here. And now we got to pull the human collective up here. And the way we do that is we learn or remember how to be up here in order to pull them up. We be it, and then we pull them up. So pay attention to your expectations and your attachments. Pay attention to what you say to yourself throughout your day. What if you knew, because it's true, that your body's holding higher states of consciousness, higher consciousnesses, higher frequencies than it's ever held? Your body is holding higher frequencies than it has ever held, ever. No matter what you are thinking, feeling, being, experiencing. And from that state of awareness, how do you want to be when something pops up? Do you want to see it as a gift and an opportunity? Or do you want to play the victim and say, there's something wrong with me? I'm not doing it right. I didn't receive from that 620 or that 1221 portal. I'm not good enough, etc., etc. We don't have time. Let's move up that elevator and let's all anchor, which we've already done, that higher timeline, and let's rock ourselves through. Let's bulldoze ourselves through 2021. Because what is coming in 2021, what's coming in the year 2021 is going to be so fast and accelerated that we will not have time to do work on ourselves. We will be so focused on assisting the human collective that we won't have time for our own expectations, attachments, judgments, suffering, and struggle. We just won't. Won't have time for it. So let it go now. Let yourself be. Give yourself compassion and love. Remember, you are holding more high frequency than you ever have, no matter what you think. And remember, everything that is popping up, everything is an opportunity to choose to be in the higher states. You see it, you choose to have it or not, you feel it, and you let it go. You let it just be. You just let it be. You don't fix it, you don't change it, you don't force, you don't push. You let it be, because it's energy and consciousness just like you, and energy and consciousness is designed to just flow. I woke up yesterday morning exhausted. I flowed through that exhaustion until it was gone. I did nothing to it or with it. I just let it be until it was gone, knowing that it was moving me into a higher state of consciousness, whether I understood that or not. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you.